Chizoba, many thanks for joining us. We appreciate you for doing this with us today. Based on your reporting and all that you've seen on ground, let's just start with the basics. What triggered the latest series of attacks in the communities in Bokkos local government area?
Hi, good morning, Julius, and thanks for having me. Sadly again, it's a picture of gloomy faces on the plateau for some days now, and it's such a sad one. We were thinking that we have come out from that situation only for the state to be thrown back into mourning again, and it's a sad one, like I said earlier. Well, you know that security issues is not just something you just come up and start talking about without having details. And so, because of how volatile the area has been since this incident occurred Wednesday night, we've not been able to go there. I mean, journalists, because based on advice from security agencies, it is not yet safe for us to go. Of course, we do not have some security kits and all those that would protect you from anything that may happen. So we've been advised to stay away for now until when the grounds are well cleared. Then we can move in to see for ourselves what has happened and how the place is looking at the moment. So for the commander of Operation Rainbow here in Plateau State, it's a security outfit by the state government. His name is Brigadier General Dr. Shifi, retired. So with him during an interview session, he said there has been no particular thing that can be fingered as to the cause of this incident. Usually, in the past, you would hear that there was land grabbing issues, or some cattle were rustled, or somebody was killed, or farm stuff was destroyed, So things like that usually were behind the causes of such incidents in the past. But sadly, he has said that nothing has been pointed as the cause of this incident. So that gives more worry to people out there that, how would you say nothing caused this, and yet we have scores of people dead. A good number of people have died out of this, and sadly, we cannot say that this is the cause of it. So people may just be like, okay, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, ethno-religious or communal clashes, but one cannot come out specifically to say that this is the cause of this, because the security agencies that are behind this, as in taking care of the situation at the moment, has not come out to say this is the cause of it. So it's just about rumors and what one may make out of it.
Chizoba, that is very worrying, like you've noted. Let's talk about the intelligence gathering apparatus that might be available in these communities. It would seem that there seems to be no relationship between the authorities, whether it's the army or the police, and the people. It would seem like as if these apparatus do not exist, and this is why there is evidently there is no idea. We have no idea what's been happening. So what is it like? What is policing? Let's start with policing like in these regions, in these areas in Jos.
Okay, thanks, Martino. Usually they would say that security is everyone's business. It's not just for the police or the army or the vigilantes or any other security outfit there, So it's for everyone to be vigilant enough, to be conscious of people around you and all those. So, but what I can tell you for sure is that in recent times, there has been a very positive and good synergy between security outfits on the plateau. And I think that has also aided in the relative peace we had enjoyed before this strike came. So community policing to a large extent has helped, because I know that there are some groups and there are some people that from time to time they get to send messages, on different social media platforms to say that, okay, they got certain reports that there's going to be a heat in this village or the other village, or that they heard that something like this is going to happen and all those. So if those things kept coming and security agencies have been on top of the situation, I think that's one of the reasons why there has been that level of relative peace in the state, especially in these wealthy areas of Bokkos, Mangu, Bassa, Rion, Darfiladi, So, but largely, I think that intelligence, like you said, is a big factor here. So it's either there was no trace to this, no one knew it was coming, just like these security agencies have been saying. There was no clue to it. No one saw it coming, just out of the blue, and it happened. So, based on that, these security guys are like surprised, so to speak, because speaking with the commander of Operation Rainbow, like I said earlier, he is still shocked that no one saw this coming. Yeah. Because if there were alerts or intelligence earlier, I'm sure something would have been done about it.
So, Chizoba, there's been a ban on the press. Even the press can't even get into these communities. However, what about the people that are trapped in these communities, the Bokkos, Uriom, and the rest of them? Are they able to come out? And have you been able to get information from those who might have been able to come out of these communities?
What has he done? What did he do?
Okay, so this is just in Bokkos local government area, not in Rion. Just about 5 communities in Bokkos. And so I don't think there's any trapped person there. I keep quoting the commander of Operation Rainbow because it's the one I had the one-on-one interview with. So I keep quoting him so I don't say what is not obtainable. So according to him, those that seem to may have been trapped have been evacuated. No other person is still left there, because of how situations are looking there. So everybody has been moved away to internally displaced persons camps, where government and, of course, other good-spirited people or agencies are taking care of them at the moment. So as for trapped people, there's no trapped person there. In my report earlier, you could see some vehicles of the same Operation Rainbow, the police, the Nigeria Army. I mean, it's a collaborative effort now that everybody is looking at to save lives. Enough of those that have given way. I mean, the death toll is not funny, actually. Though there are no specific details given as to that. Some would say 10, some say 20, some say 50, some say 60, and thereabouts. And so, for now, I don't think there's any trapped person in Bokkos.
So these people who have been relocated or evacuated to IDP camps, how are they coping? What is what are the authorities' measures to help them continue living at least some sort of life?
Well, Mazino, I know in this situation your guess would be as good as mine. When most times the people or victims are taken to these camps, they merely rely on what government or agencies as such would bring to them, food, other materials they would need, utensils at home and all those. So, but the fact is that moving away from your own home, even if it's just water you get to drink morning, afternoon, night, I mean, you have some sort of feeling that, you're okay, you're fine, and you keep looking to God, you keep looking for what tomorrow holds for you. But once you're moved away from that, your comfort zone, no matter how discomforting it may be, to another place, now termed displaced people's camp, you can mentally reason how their situation would be. But based on what Brigadier General Gatshipi, retired, said, everything is being done to make sure that they are calm, they have food to eat, they have necessary things they need to be stabilized at the moment. And then coming days we'll see what more can be done to ease their pain.
Chizoba, while talking to the security advisors and through your interviews, is this an isolated case or is this going to be a pattern? What was the intelligence?
Oh, well, like I said earlier, Judy, you never can tell what the situation actually is or gave rise to this situation. So would I say like it's a pattern? In months past, it used to be like this actually, midnight heat and all those. And again, if you remember some years back, when such incidents happen, you get to see some groups on the social media platforms claiming responsibility for that. And then, like you would say, they'll be like, okay, yes, we did this, you know, nothing can be done about it, you can't get us and all those. And funny enough, they get free, you know, nothing happens. Just a few of them are probably arrested, and sometimes, sadly, we don't get to hear anything about it. Even when they are tried in the courts of law, you know, nothing is heard about it later on. But for this particular case, because there has been some moments or some months of peace, relative peace per se in the state, no one saw this coming. So it took that pattern of way back when no one was expecting anything. So tracing it to ethno-religious crises or communal clashes or misunderstandings and all those will just be you saying what you think, not what the authorities have said. So, up till now, we've not heard any particular reason behind it. The state government had done a press release a few days ago, still not saying what the cause is, but assuring that calm has been restored and everything is going to be fine in a few days. So we're just looking at what government is going to do differently, what the security operatives are also going to do differently to ensure that this kind of incident doesn't reoccur.
Isabel, I want to say thank you very much for bringing us the details. We're hoping that, well, if you do gain access into these communities, please do be safe.